Alright guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another SBC video with me, Kieran. We are finishing off the Hybrid League state with Give Me 5. Okay, I'm sorry it's taken a while to get these out. I've been absolutely just so busy today, but here we are, finishing off this one of the advanced sets. We've already done League of Nations Hybrid. Hybrid Nations I'll try and do today. If I can't get them done, I'll do them tomorrow. So 25k pack from this, which is actually quite nice. It's 5 leagues. It's max 4 from the same league, which obviously is max 4 from the same club. Again, I've said this before, don't know why they do that. 6 rares is quite a lot, but we can use bronzes for this. And then it is 15k. So here we go, let's get into it. As always guys, sponsored by Aneba for this video. You can find the link in the description if you want any PSN codes, any Xbox codes, any PC codes. So make sure you go and check them out to get yourself a good deal. It also helps me out as well, which is quite nice. So we're going to put this on bronze rare. Just a little disclaimer for this one, guys. Bronze rares do get quite expensive, so what I'd recommend is that you use the same bronze rare as me. Well, use the same structure as me for bronze rares, but try and use different players. Okay, so Magnus Jensen is going in first. Magnus Jensen has got his name here, but just put in Magnus. You might have to put in the whole thing, because there's probably a lot of Jensens in the game. We're going to be using Denmark for most of this team, so I'm just going to show you who I'm using from Denmark. Again, don't need the exact players, guys. You just need players that are in the same league and the same nation. Okay, so Magnus Castle up next. He's got a lovely 4-star week for, but he's just 150 coins again. Striker up front, we are going with Fagir right here, but there's another guy you can use. You saw him there as well. Vahid, Fagir right there. But again, guys, I'm just going to keep reiterating it because a lot of people don't understand. You do need to use the same nation, same league as me, but not the same players just to get the right chem. So Martin Fraze is up next for 150 coins. Again, if you can't get a player in the same position, just get a player from in a different position and then put one of the players that I don't put in position into the position that you've left empty, if that makes sense. So I think that's all of our Danish players. We are going to go to the Swedish League. And next I need to leave that the same, but we are going to go to the Swedish League. They're all Swedish as well. I'm on the wrong thing there. I'll find Sweden. Don't you worry, guys. I'm sorry this is taking a little while. We're going to start in goal. And our goalkeeper is going to be this man here, Anderson. There's quite a few you can use here. As long as they're 63 rated, guys, there's loads that you can use here. So we've got Anderson from Sweden right there. He's going in goal. His full name, if you need it, is Andreas Anderson. We will go to, tell you what, we'll go to centre back next, and we can use Ericsson right here, and you see that is our 6th rare. We don't need any more rares after this. That is Victor Ericsson right there. Proper Swedish name. If we go up to cam right here, we're going to use this guy, this non-rare, Jonsson. Just get yourself any silver cam there from the Swedish League. Ideally, who is Swedish, but you see we're already on 16 chem there and don't need any more. So Rasmus Johnson goes next for 150 coins. Right, so the rest of our players do not need to be in the right position. So we are going to start at right back with someone who actually is a right back. He's from the Swiss League, but get a 72 rated or above here, guys. They can be from your club, but if you need to buy someone, I'd recommend this bloke. That's going to be Lavanchi, Numa Lavanchi there for 200 coins. But yeah, just any 72 rated rare player can go there. And then our other positions are going to be filled with Fran Beltran. In this one, just get a 79 rated goal, guys, that's from a league you haven't used. Any of the top 5 should work because you're not using them. I thought I could do a space there, but it's not letting me. Okay, I need to go up here to do a space. Fran Beltran. So when I do a space, it's always going to put the friends list up. That's really annoying. But just any 79 rated gold here, guys. You could probably have one in your club. And then the final 2 positions, we need 1 player more from the Swedish League because we've got 2 positions, only need 1 more league. So we're going to go back to Sweden and we are going to stick, once it loads, I'm going to stick Holt in here, but just any 70 rated or above from the Swedish League. Doesn't even need to be Swedish, guys, but just from the Swedish League. He was 200 coins right there. And to finish off, just any silver, guys. Literally any silver from a league you haven't used. So if I go low to high, actually if I go most recent, it'll come up. If I go newest and then go silver, he will come up. That is going to be this man here. That is going to be Shaki to finish it off. So Andy Shaki there, 150 coins, but just stick any silver in this position, in this position, and in this position. In this one, just any gold that's at least 79 rated. Try and get as high rating as you can with the silver, guys, whilst keeping it at 150 coins. Leagues, exactly 7. Players from the same league, max 3. Players from the same club, max 3. Again, as I've said in the past, don't know why the club one's there. 78 rating is quite high. You need 1 chem on each player, and you get you need 18 chem points. So, gives you a rare gold pack, which is untradeable as always. It's only going to cost you about 3.7k though, so it's quite a good value SBC to complete, and obviously there is going to be no position changes with this one. So in we go. Obviously, guys, as always with these videos, you'll notice if you've been watching all of them, I'm going to remind you about our sponsor, Aneba. Cheap PSN codes, cheap Xbox codes, cheap PC codes for games, online, whatever you need. Make sure you're getting it, okay? Gianluigi Buffon, I can't believe I almost butchered one of like the most known players of all time's names. Gianluigi Buffon, 300 coins for him. Our first league is Italy 2 right there. We're going to be using quite a few Italian players. We're not only going to be using Italians, we are going to be using quite a few. Serbi goes in next for 400 coins. He carries a lot of the rating. He's not too expensive at all, which is really, really good. Other Italians we've got in this squad. We're going to move to centre mid now, where we have got we've got Sensi. You can use Bonaventura, but Sensi's always readily available for 300 coins, which is really helpful. So he's going to be in there too. And then left wing. Sorry, I was going to say left mid and left wing at the same time. That didn't come out right, did it? Stefan El Shirawi. They've butchered my boy. He's not got 5-star skills anymore, so he's basically useless. 400 coins for him. Up front, we've got another Italian. We have got the man himself. We have got Scamacca, a West Ham player. We love to see it. Just 350 coins for him. Very, very cheap, which is nice. And now we're going to move on. We're going to change nations to... We're going to go to Algeria next. I know it's a bit of a random one. They're not all going to be Algerian, guys. We've got Algerian and then one other nation. Algerian players, there's just going to be two of them. There's going to be Mandi, Asa Mandi there, 300 coins, and then Gazal is going to be our right winger there. You can see his full name there. Rashid Gazal, obviously used to play for Leicester, just 300 coins for him. And then the rest of our players, you can see we still need 2 more leagues, are going to be... they're going to be French. Actually, we've got one more Italian, haven't we? How could I forget? The man himself, Caligiuri, is going in our squad as well, guys. 400 coins for him. Daniel Caligiuri, another easy one to get. You can use I was going to say Alessandrini, Bernardeschi here instead. You can actually use Alessandrini, but he's very expensive and you'll need a position change. So France is going to be up next. We are going to be using 3 players from Ligue 1 because we only need one more league. We're going to be using where is he gone? We're going to be using this man here, Jean-Luc Rickner Bellegarde for 300 coins. And then our other 2 are going to be in left mid. You can use Bamba here as well. But I'm going to be using Diop, but you can use Mo Bamba if you want to. Sofiane Diop there, 4-star skills, lovely to see. It will hopefully get a few special cards this year. And then to finish off, we are going to be using just any centre-back you can get from the French League who is French. So I'm going to go here with Benoit Badiashile. I've never been able to say this guy's name. I just remember him being good in career mode. So that's our squad, guys. Going to submit it now. Whole 9 yards. It's an untradeable one, so just be aware of that with all of these. They are untradeable, guys, because I know it took a few people by surprise in the past SBC, so be aware of that. It's going to cost you around 5.7k. It can be cheaper as you bid, if you bid as always, because I've bought now to make it realistic for you guys that can't bid very well. Yeah, no position changes. I think that's all we've got to say. So, requirements. 9 leagues. 2 players max from the same league. I don't know why the club one's there. If you have max 2 from the same league, you can't have 3 from the same club. That's stupid. 6 rares, 8 rate, and 21 chem. As I said, for a 45k pack. So, just going to get the players loaded in now. I'll remind you of our sponsors. Of course, we are going to be sponsored again by Edgar in this video, so make sure you go and check them out down below for any PSN codes, FIFA points, or the like. Okay, so, Simon Mignolet, first player up here. Yeah, 600 coins. Everyone knows him. He used to play for Liverpool. He's going to be our goalkeeper. And we're going to be building around him with Belgian players, which I'm sure you could guess by me putting a Belgian filter on. Face is up next. His full name here, if you need it, is Wout Face. I don't remember this guy ever existing, but he's at Leicester now. If you're a Leicester fan, please let me know when he signed for you, because I don't remember him ever being around before. Toby Alderweireld's next. Obviously, we need 80 rating, so he carries a lot of that. Just 500 coins for him. So, not bad. That was a bid. He does buy now for 550. You can certainly bid on him cheaper than I did, though. I just bid on like the first one I saw. So you can definitely get him quite a little bit cheaper than I did. We're going to move away from left back now. We're going to leave that. We're going to get a perfect link to face. Obviously, perfect links don't really matter that much anymore. But it's still a perfect link. I don't have the Capcom Tom clip on hand, unfortunately. But Timothy Castagna, brilliant career mode player, if you ask me. 350 coins for him. On a bid, very, very nice. Moving into midfield, we've got a man who's been butchered in this FIFA. That's Axel Witsel. He's lost half his pace. He's unusable now, which is very sad. Yeah, 350 coins. Just bid on him. Easy to get because he's not usable. I miss his flashback card, man. Those were the days. They really were. Hazard goes in next. You can't really have a Belgian side without Fork and Hazard in it, or any Hazard for that matter. 650 coins for him. Again, a bid because no one wants him. Buys now for about 750. Moving forward, we're going to use both these strikers, De Ketelaere, or however you say it, and a Pender. This guy I already had in my club, Charles Ketelaere, but luckily he's only about 600 coins anyway. He might be one of the ones you can bid for 550. I checked earlier, I think he's about 600 or 650. And then next to him, a Pender, who I've actually used in my team, 600 coins for him. I had to get a new one because I want to keep the stats on my other one for a different video. 10k team coming soon. Yeah. very attainable, which is very, very nice. And our other 3 players, you can see here, guys, we still need 3 leagues, we still need 2 rares, and we need a lot of ratings. So our rare players are going to be, these ones are very easy to sub out if you need someone else. Our rare players are going to be, they're on the next page, they're 81s, they're going to be Torreira and Vlashodimos. They're going to be our next players in. Vlashodimos is just going to go here quickly. So we got, here we go, I'll just see as Vlashodimos for 600 coins, and then Lucas Torreira right here for 600 coins. He said Torreira Visca's another one that's great to get if you can't get Torreira. Our last player is going to be from the Saudi League. Here you see any 81 rated player from a league that you have not yet used. Okay, non-rares will be cheaper, so I'm going to use Eva Banega. Just any 81 rated player from a league you haven't used yet, any position. So I've got him first owner, but literally no one wants him. He's extremely, extremely cheap. There you go, Eva Banega. So if that's the full side, guys, I'm going to waste some time now. Then we're going to get on to talking about first 11. And for this one, you will need 11 leagues, a full 11 leagues. It's ridiculous, I know. The player quality is gold, that's expected. 7 rares, 2 chem per player, so 27 chem. So basically, you are going to have to use just one nation to get the chem here. It's a 50k pack, but do be warned, guys, it is untradeable, okay? So do be wary of that. There's going to be 4 position changes for this one. A lot of methods on Footbin require, like, more than that, so I'm actually quite happy with it, and my method costs 20k. It's 28k on Footbin. If you want to wait, I know that's very expensive, especially for something that you can't make money back on. Just wait about a week and it will go down. I'd recommend that if you don't have many coins. We're going to get into it right now as it loads in, and I'll put the players in. I'm just going to remind you about our sponsors for these. If you watch the other videos, you'll know about this. Aneba, they do the best PS codes, games, whatever you need, okay? Anything for gaming, they do it, okay? Link down in the description if you want to check them out. So we're going to start in goal with Neto. Norberto Neto, that is 1.2k for him. That's a buy now. All of these are buy nows unless I state otherwise, guys. If you're willing to sit there and bid, you can certainly get a lot of them cheaper. So Norberto Neto is going in goal for 1.2k. Also, I will point out which players are position changed for you. Junior Saisara is going in next. Usilon de Souza Paula Junior. I think I did alright with that. That was a buy now. Sorry, that one was a bid for 350. He does go for 400, so not too much difference there. He's a very easy bid, so I thought I'd bid on him. Matheus Reis is going in next. If for some reason he becomes stupidly expensive, you can put Lucas Verissimo in instead, but it's likely he's going to be cheaper. Matheus Reis de Lima, 900 by now, can probably bid on him for about 700. So again, guys, you could probably do this for about 15k if you're willing to sit there and wait for good deals. Next up, we're going to go with Andre Ramalho, because obviously they've all got to be from different leagues, remember that. Andre Ramalho Silva, 1,200 coins, again, a buy now if you wish to bid, probably around 800, 900. If you're willing to wait. He's got 5-star weak foot, which is interesting, actually. Our left back is going to go next. We're using Danilo here. There's actually quite a few options for this position. This is our Bundesliga player. This is Danilo Teodoro Suarez, but he's not the only one you can use. He was a 300 bid. There's loads of options for this position. I'll just show you. So, yeah, this is one of the nicest ones that you can have, actually. If he becomes expensive for whatever reason, he shouldn't, then we do have Paolo Ottavio as well there for you. We don't have Iago anymore, unfortunately, but we still do have them. So we're going to move into the midfield now. We're going to turn that concept off, and we're just going to change that back to Brazil. And we're going to go to our CDM, who luckily, again, is in position, and that is Fernando. 850 coins, just bid on him. No one wants him. He's pretty useless, apart from for SBCs. Fernando Reis Malta is his full name there. Not too expensive. We're going to go to the right mid next. You won't be able to see him properly. I'm aware of that. He is currently a right wing. Don't worry, if you put that guy in by accident there, he's going in a bit later. That's going to be Felipe Anderson going in next. Felipe Anderson, Pereira Gomez, 6,200 coins. Him and the next one, Oscar, are the two that I recommend you wait for, because they are over half the SBC price just between the two of them. So just wait for them to go down, guys. Even in a day, they can go down. So I'm going to put my position modifier on him right now so he gets some chemistry. And then we're going to move into our midfield as well, the rest of our midfield. We are going to be using Gerson, we're going to be using Oscar, and we're going to be using Luis Araujo. I'm going to show you all of them in detail, don't worry. We'll start here with Gerson. Gerson Santos de Silva, 2,200 coins to get him into your squad. That was a buy now. He's definitely going to go down a lot. I could see him going as low as about 1,000, maybe even less. So just try and bid on him, definitely. You'll get him a lot cheaper. Next up, we've got Oscar. We need to do a position change on him to CM. Remember, guys, if for some reason you don't have the chem, it will be because of this. Oscar dos Santos Mboaba there for 7,200. He is the reason this is so expensive. I would honestly wait with this, guys. I've just done it right now just so I could show you guys if you want to do it now. Luis Araujo's up next with 350 coins. That was a bid, but you can just buy him now for about 500, so he's absolutely fine. In he goes. And then one more player. You can go either with Romania or Talisca here. I have got Talisca, but you can go with either, okay? Anderson, Salza, Concial, he was 1,200. They're both the same price, so I picked up just one of them, but Romania is more likely to be cheap, okay? So we're going to put him in, and there we go. We've got 2 chem on every player. We can submit it now. If you've skipped to the end for whatever reason, guys, and you don't have the chem, do the position changes. Please do the position changes. I'm going to submit it now, and I'd recommend, again, you guys wait a few days. You'll have ones to watch as well, but I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to show you what the final 4. There's a lot of 4s in the requirements. Okay, so we've got exactly 4 countries, regions, nations, exactly 4 from the same country, 4 from one club, 4 rares, and then just 70 rating and 15 chem. Gives you a mixed players pack, which I know isn't great, but it's going to get you towards the 100k pack for completing the group. So definitely worth doing. It's only 2k, obviously no position changes as per usual. So we're going to get into it right now, and as we get into it, I'm going to remind you about our sponsors, Eneba. I just want to thank them for sponsoring all of the advanced SBCs this year. You can check them out in the description if you want any cheap PSN codes, Xbox codes, or PC codes. So going to get our first 2 players in now. We are going to have these 2 both from Denmark. We're going to go with Graves, Simon Graves, it might be pronounced Graves, I don't know, and then Daniel Hoeg for 150. So what you want here is to get a perfect link, okay guys? Make sure you get a perfect link. It doesn't have to be Danish, it could be any nation, and try and get some high rated silvers for it, for a perfect link here, okay, between the centre back. So again, I'm going to reiterate because people didn't really understand on the give me 5 one, even though I said it a few times. Make sure it's a perfect link, but it doesn't have to be this exact perfect link, okay? So, moving on, we're going to have 4 rare players, and what I'd recommend is you get 4 rare players that are all from the same nation and region. Sorry, they're all from the same region and league, and make sure that at least, well, there's at least 1 perfect link in here. So I've gone with Scotland, and we're going to use these 4 right here. Again, I'm going to reiterate again. I'm going to keep doing it, but just so people here make sure that you don't use these players if they become expensive. Just get players from the same league or even a different league that work. Okay, if you need any help with leagues that you want me to recommend, just let me know down below. So I've got Murray Davidson. You can see him for 150 here, playing for St Johnston. He perfect links with our striker here, Chris Kane, who's also 150. Make sure you get Chris and not Harry. And then we've got Greg Kilty in his 4-star weak foot right here, playing for, I think that's St Mirren. And then to finish off this little area here from Kilmarnock, we've got Rory McKenzie again for 150 coins. And you can see, guys, we only need 15 chem, already up to 14. So doing pretty well. So we're going to go to goal. We're going to go in goal next. And when you're using silvers, there is one very easy thing to do, and that is to go with the Copa Sudamericana players. And we're going to have Gonzalez in goal, because these silvers, they're not very competitive, because they don't come up when you search for silvers. So basically no one buys them. So Ignacio Gonzalez is going in goal for just 150 coins, which is pretty nice if you ask me. And then we're going to have a few Argentinian players in there as well, okay? So we are going to have, if I can get them, we're going to have this guy here, Castellani for 150. I know he's out of position, I'm aware of that, but we're putting him anyway. Okay, he's going to go and chill right there. Gonzalo Castellani for 150 coins. If I go through any of these too quickly, guys, just let me, just pause the video, put it on a lower speed or whatever, because I know a few people have let me know they've had that problem in the past. So Augustin Fontana is our next player for 150 coins. Again, there's a lot of Argentinian strikers you can use from Sudamericana if he becomes expensive. A lot of them are high rated too, so you shouldn't have a problem there. And then we're going to have 1 gold here. This one is really, really easy to get. We are going to go with Pizzella right here. He gets quite a lot of rating for us. He also gets our Argentine chem, which means we're up to 16 chem. So Jamant Pizzella there for 300 coins. We can go in and out so you can see the chem ratings on the players because it hasn't updated. That's becoming more of an issue for some reason right now. And then just to finish off, you need an Argentine or a Danish player right here. You could go Chile as well, but I'd recommend going Argentine or Danish if they're goals just to get through. So I'm going to put it on Danish just because I've got a few in my club. I'm going to go with Joachim Andersen, but Paulson is a really, really good cheap one for just 300 coins if you don't have one. So yeah, I've gone with Joachim Andersen. You can see him there, but I'd recommend going for Paulson. So we're going to submit that out and finish off the SBC. Time for 6 of the best, okay? This one is exactly 6 countries, regions, nations, whatever you want to call them. 3 from the same nation, max 3 from one club, and then 75 rating and 18 chem. It gives you a small prime gold players pack, and of course that is untradeable. No position changes here, 2.7k. Right, let's get into it, and obviously I'm going to remind you about our sponsors, Eneba. You'll know at this point, if you watch a lot of the videos, I am going to go to, actually not a nation, we're going to go with French League first. But yeah, Eneba do cheap codes for PSN, Xbox, PC, whatever you want to see. These are all gold players as well, so I should probably put that on. We are going to be using, I can't see any of them yet. We're going to be using Gomez in goal. That is Alfred Gomez for just 300 coins. He's going to go in goal. And then up front, we have got a strike force of Kevin Gamiro, and Kalimwendo. They're going to be our 2 strikers for this one. So we've got Kevin Gamero here, 300 coins for him, and then we've got Arnold Kalimwendo there for 300 coins as well. So Kalimwendo and Gomez obviously get a strong link, link for being the same club, and then just get yourself another French striker from the league to play next to Kalimwendo. So I went with Gamero because he's the easiest to get, the most readily available. So next up, we just need a French player that is 77 rated or above here. So I'd go with a common. I think a really, really good one to get is Lopez, who you saw there, is pretty good. Or Lecomte, they can't be from the French league, just bear that in mind. So I've gone with Benjamin Lecomte there for 300 coins. I'm going to go in and out so you can see the chemistry because it's not loaded in properly. So there we go, there's the chem. You can see 3, 3 and 2 now. Quite nice actually. So on we go. We are going to Romania next, actually. And you don't need to use Romania here, guys. I'd recommend Romania because it's quite a cheap one. But you want to use one that has 2 silvers at least. And there's 1 perfect link and 1 strong link. So I'm going to start off here with Gabriel Iancu there. I think I've said that okay for 200 coins. Our right back is going to be this guy here, Bobok, who plays for SCSB. Obviously, West Ham played against them recently. And then we're going to finish. He's got 5-star week for it. I thought he did for a second there. And we're going to finish off this little kind of triangle here with De Luca, who also plays for the same club. He plays for FCSB, and again, he was 200 coins. Alright, so moving on from them, as I said, you don't need to use those exact ones, just try and get players from the same league and get a perfect link in there. We're going to go to the Swedish League, and here you just want a perfect link between a silver and a bronze. So I've gone with Hugo Larsson for 150 coins, and then I've also gone with Olsen for 150 coins. Martin Olsen, that is there. But yeah, just get any Malmo player that's I'd recommend getting Olsen. He's really easy to get, and then just get a Malmo player that's a CM or one of the centre backs and put them in, because our 2 centre backs don't actually link to anyone. Those are going to be Ben White, if I can get him in. He should be round here somewhere. It's going to be Ben White, obviously, who plays for Arsenal. You guys are familiar with him for England as well. 350 coins for him, very easy to get. And you can see we need 1 more league, and we need 1 more nation, and we need 4 ratings. So all you need is an 80 rated gold here, guys, from a nation you haven't yet used. One that I'd recommend very heavily is Hosselu. He's a really, really good one to use. I'm going to be using him for this one, but there's loads you can use. You should have an 80 rated in your club who's from a nation you haven't used yet. So Jose Luis Santamilin Mato, known as Hosselu, in he goes. So that's our squad, guys. Going to send it off now. We are focusing here on Elite 8. It requires exactly 8 nations, who could have guessed. 2 players from the same country, max 3 from 1 club, 5 rares, and then 21 Kevin, obviously they have to be gold. For a 50k pack, guys, this is 4.6k. This is ridiculously priced. Most of our players are going to be from the Turkish league, the Super League. And yeah, I will talk you through them. So, in goal, not surprising anyone, we're going to have Muslera. Fernando Muslera, 300 coins for him to get him from Galatasaray. And I'm just going to remind you guys while I put my next few players in. We are sponsored by Nebra as always, so if you want any cheap PSN codes, any Xbox codes, or PC codes for games, or just for subscriptions to PSN or whatever, make sure you get them down below. Luan Perez Petroni is up next. He's 300 coins. And then one of our 5 rares is going to be the man on this side. It's going to be Jonas Svensson for 550 coins. In the middle, we are going to be having Victor Hugo. He's going in next. He gets a lovely little nation link there. It's not showing up, but he does have chem. Vitor Hugo. Francesoli Sal's of 350 coins. They really need to fix that thing where the chemistry doesn't show up. Our middle 3 is going to be these 3 here. Don't worry, I'm going to go into detail on them. I'm not putting them in quickly like this. We're going to have Mia Zadik there for 300 coins. Frederick Mijuso for 300 coins. I've butchered that. And then Sergio Oliveira. It's Sergio Miguel Relvasti Oliveira if you need the full name for 300 coins. Then we've got 1 more player from this league, and that is going to be our man up front. That is going to be Enner Valencia, obviously used to play for West Ham. Not anymore though. Enner Valencia, 600 coins for him. We're going to go in and out so that the chemistry shows up for you lot. And you can see now, we need 2 more nations and we need 3 more rares. So, I'd recommend Argentinian Cams as a very, very good one to get 2 of your players from here. That's exactly what I did. I went with Almada and Acosta, but that Robertrone guy you can see there as well is brilliant. Because we've got Chem guys, as you can see, we've already got the chem, it doesn't matter if these guys are in position or not. So I've gone with Luciano Acosta, who's got 5-star skills, lovely to see, for 550 coins. And then back here we have got, with 4-star as well, Thiago Almada. The Argentines are really bringing it this year. And then all you need is a random rare from a nation you haven't used yet, who is gold. I'm going to go with Spain, because one that I found really, really cheap and easy to get, and one that was consistently cheap on the market I saw was Kappa for 550 on bid. So that's our squad, guys. Gonna submit it now, and we're gonna open a 50k pack. We're doing around the world this time because we are knocking out. This one's not a 50k pack. This one is a 55k pack. Okay, which might not have as many players in it. It's going to have some great consumables for you to use at the start of the year. And as I've said in the previous videos, I'm going to be doing the whole set for all the advanced SBCs, so stay tuned for that. So, we'll get into this one. It is no position changes, which is absolutely brilliant. 7.5k for my method. On Footbin it's about 10, so good savings there. The requirements down the side, you need exactly 10 countries. This is literally the same as it was before, just obviously new chemistry. 8 rares, 8-1 rating, and then 2 chemistry on each player for 24 chem. I believe this one is the same on the web app as well. So let's get some players in. Here we go. So we're going to start in goal with Onana. Andre Onana, that is, from Inter. Obviously, he used to play for Ajax. Andre Onana there. 800 coins for him on a buy now. If you want to bid on these guys, they will be cheaper. I don't know why that didn't go in there. Seems to be taking a little while. There we go. So we'll get on to we'll get on to the defenders and then work our way forward. Because I've got a few long names to type in here, guys, I just want to remind you about our sponsors in there. But if you want any very, very cheap PSN codes, anything like that, any games, go check them out. But yeah, back to the SBCs. We've got Nicola Milankovic in next. I was a bit worried it wasn't going to show up there, but we've got him. 450 coins for him. That was a bid. His buy now is about the same though. You can definitely bid cheaper on him though. Nicola Milankovic there going in. I decided to go with non-res backs where I could, just because they were a little bit cheap. So we're just going to put that on Gold Common Serie A, because our whole team is in the Serie A. Doesn't really matter too much. It's going to be Colli as our other player here. Omar Colli there for 300. This guy that I'm putting in next, you do not need, but he's just another one you can use. You saw him there. David Alkovic, you could use him instead if you wished, but yeah, do not put him in with the other two. That won't work. I'm just showing you an extra player there, just to be clear. Rafael Toloi is going in next, by far the cheapest rare back in the Serie A, by far the cheapest, and he's Italian too. So there you go, Rafael Toloi there, just 950 coins for him. That's really not too bad. We're going to move over to the right wing back now. We're going to be having Hatterborn there. You can use Karlsdorp as well. They will both work. So we've got Hans Hatterborn there. I'll just show you quickly. You can use Karlsdorp as well. Oh, there we go. Rick Karlsdorp, you can use him too. I haven't got him in my club right now, but you can see his name there in case you are thinking of using him. Onto the left wing back position, where we're obviously not using Rick Karlsdorp. We are going to be using a man that used to play for Chelsea. We're going to be using Davide Zappacosta. There he is there. Davide, named after the finest man on earth, Zappacosta. 400 coins for him. That was the bid. His buy now is 450. But yeah, you can see there, guys, we've got 2 players from Italy, so that's going to be the nation we're using twice. Makes a lot of sense considering Italy is like the home nation for this league. So moving on to the midfield, we're going to be using Alberto and Lobotka. I need to move Alberto into position because, as I said, there's no position changes. So here we go. Luis Alberto Romero Alconel takes a lot of the rating, 850 by now. Can probably bid on him for 800, I believe. I think that's the cheapest you can get him. And then Stanislav Lobotka, 700 bid, but his buy now is only 750, 800. Looking like Jesse Pinkman right there, chilling at left CM. Right. Malinowsky is up next. You can use Palisic here as well. I don't think you can use Brahim because he's another Spanish player, but you can use Palisic instead of Ruslan Malinowsky if you want to. Malinowsky, brilliant cards last year, and at 850. Palisic, you can bid on for slightly cheaper. Malinowsky only goes to 800. This guy goes to 750. I can't remember how to spell his name, but he's another cam for Bergamo Calcio / Atalanta. And then up front, this one's really important. You get him in, get Duvan Zapata. Duvan Zapata there, 800 coins, get him in. And then next to him, you need either Arnautovic, Tammy Abraham, or the man that I've gone for, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. All 3 of those will work. Zlatan Ibrahimovic for 750 goes in right there, guys. If you've got any questions about this SBC, obviously let me know. You need any help, let me know. The web app is still a bit dodgy at the moment. The Challenger, our requirements, it's only going to be about 3.4k using my method. It's around 5.5 on Footbin, so great savings there. It gives you an untradeable rare Electrum Players pack, so that's 6 rare golds and 6 rare silvers. Brilliant for SBCs at the very least, but hopefully we'll pack something even better than that. And yeah, it's exactly 3 leagues, exactly 2 countries, nations, regions, whatever you want to call them. Max 6 from the same league and max 6 from the same country. And it's gold and really hefty 32 chemistry. So let's get into it. Again, guys, as always, you'll notice if you watch SBCs all the time, link for an Edgar in the description if you want any PS Plus codes, any Xbox Live codes, any games, anything like that. We are starting with Spain again, which is no surprise to anyone. They're a brilliant SBC nation this year, and we are going to be going with Aitor. So what you want to do here is just get yourself Spanish players from the Spanish League. I'll give you a few alternatives that are low in rating but are gold. So we're going with Aitor Fernandez, known as Aitor, in goal for 300. He's absolutely harmless, really easy to get. There is a lot of right backs you can get. You can get any of these ones here. You can see I already had Montoya in my club, but I found Maffeo the easiest one to get. Pablo Maffeo, Becerra, 350 right there. Very nice, very, very easy. At centre-back, we've got Edgar. I'm guessing it's Edgar and not Edgar because he's Spanish. Edgar Gonzalez Estrada there, 350 for him. We'll leave these positions for now, guys. We're going to put all of our Spanish players in and then go back and do all of the other nation. We are going to have Alex Berenguer next, but again, you can use this guy here. Do not use De Frutos, guys. He is from the 2nd division, so just make sure you're aware of that. Alejandro Berenguer Ramiro there, just 350 coins for him. Moving into the midfield, we've got some very, very nice midfielders here. We're going to go with Unai Lopez and Roque Meza. I'll show you them in detail in a sec, but you can also use this guy here, Oscar. He's quite good as well. Unai Lopez Cabrera there for 300 coins. And next to him, again for 300 coins, is Roque Meza Quevedo. So, Roque Meza and Unai Lopez right there. And you can see, guys, we can only have 6 from the same league or nation. We've hit that now. So we're going to change up and we're going to go to the Netherlands. And obviously we need 3 leagues. We're going to have 1 player from the Bundesliga, and that's going to be Bakker. Really, really easy to get because he's not even got the worst stats. People just don't want to use him for whatever reason. I luckily had him first owner, but he's literally 300 coins, which is brilliant. Martins Indy is going to be going in at centre-back right here. That is Bruno Martins Indy. Again, 300 coins. Very, very cheap, very easy to get. Love that. And then ahead of him, we have got El Ghazi on the wing here. I was lucky enough to have him first owner, but he is just 300 coins. Easy bid, no competitiveness whatsoever. And then up front, you can use De Jong, but we're going to go with Brian Broby up first. Brilliant career mode player, love him. Brian Broby for 300 coins. And then next to him, the man that I used to pack all the time on old Fifas, luckily not so much anymore, it's Bas Dost. There you go, Bas Dost for 300 coins finishes off the team. As always, guys, if you've got any questions, make sure you're about 4.3k, no position changes as per usual. So 3 leagues, 4 countries, regions, nations, whatever you want to call them. Max 5 from the same league, max 6 from the same nation, 79 rating, and 29 chem, which is very, very high. The challenger, which we can do after, even higher chem, 32, so looking forward to that. As we load in, guys, just to remind you, this is sponsored by Neba as usual. If you're looking to get any PlayStation discount codes, whether it's for games, PS Plus, whatever, same with Xbox, same with PC, get them down below, okay? There'll be a link on your screen right now. Edgar Badio Guardiola is going to be our first player into this squad. He's known as Edgar Badia. Just 350 coins for him, and that is the direction that quite a lot of our squad is going to take, being from the Spanish League. So next up, we're going to have a centre-back partnership of German and Victor Ruiz. We're going to actually, well, yeah, we'll swap them around. It'll be a bit easy to understand if you swap them around. I like putting players that link to each other next to each other. It makes it easier for you guys to understand. So Victor Ruiz Torre here, just 400 coins for him, not too bad. And next to him, German Sanchez Barahona for 350. He's just known as German, but he plays in the 2nd league, as you can see here, for Racing Club. So that's the 2nd league down, which is very, very nice. And over to right back, we have got Sergi Roberto right here. One of the more expensive players, 450 coins for him. Sergio Roberto Carnicer is his full name there. Sorry about that. But yeah, he's pretty cheap. Just put in Sergio Roberto, he will come up. We've got some more Spanish players to put in though. We have got Ander Herrera right here. You could use Trigueros as well. But Ander Herrera, just 400 coins to get him in your squad. And then up front, a man that's taking quite a lot of the rating, which is quite nice. We've got ourselves Borja Iglesias. So, Borja Iglesias Quintas there for 350 coins. A very nice player to get. So, we can have 1 more league, but we also need 3 more nations. And we're going to get all of those from the Bundesliga. We're going to start off with 2 players that perfectly link to each other, and that is going to be Newhouse and Weigl. I know it's Nowhouse, however you say it, but he's Newhouse for us. Florian Newhouse, in he goes, 450 coins for him, and then his centre mid partner, both in real life and today, is going to be Julian Weigl for 350. That was a buy now, that was a bid. You can definitely bid on him cheaper if you are patient. Left mid, just take any left mid that is not German, Algerian, or Spanish from this league. So I went with Paulinho because I had him in my club, but there's loads you can use here. There's Grifo. They don't come to my head right now, but there's quite a few. Paulo Henrique, Sampio Filo there. Not very expensive at all. About 400, 500 for him. Bez Banani's up next. That is going to be Rami Benzabani. I always say his name wrong. I do it every year, and I always use him because he's really good. But yeah, 300 coins for him. And just to finish off, you want either Wolf, Bellarabi or Baku in this position. I've gone with Baku because he's most consistently cheap, but you can use any of those. It just has to be a 77 rate or higher gold German right mid from the Bundesliga. 4.4k using my method. You could definitely get cheaper if you want to bid as well, and it's about 7.5 on Footbin, so definitely some great savings there. It gives you a 45k pack, with the same with the other ones, just beware, it's untradeable. Okay, yeah, because a few people have been caught by surprise by that. But getting into requirements, exactly 4 leagues, exactly 5 countries, regions, nations, whatever you want to call them. Max 4 from the same leagues, max 3 from the same country, 80 rating and 25 chem. No position changes for this one. So let's get started. And again, guys, as always, I've accidentally clicked on that. Make sure you check out our sponsors, Nebra, if you want any cheap PSN codes, any cheap games, Xbox, PC, whatever, they've got it. Okay, so we are going to start in goal with the Spanish League. We're going to start with Alex Romero in goal. Just 600 coins for him. Carries a lot of the rating as well as an 82 rated player, so he's great. Alejandro Romero Gargoyle is his full name, but it's Alex Romero. He'll come up. Both his centre backs in front of him both play for the same club as well. They both play for Real Sociedad. If we can find them, that is going to be Artis Elustondo and Lenomar. They're going to be our 2 centre backs right here. So Lenomar, Robin's his first name if you want that. 450 for him, that was a buy now. And then 400 for Elustondo. Really, really good strong link. They're going to be using that a lot this year, I am sure. So we're going to move on to another league now. We're going to move to the Premier League. And a man who I've already used quite a bit in SBCs. I try and use different players, but he's just so helpful whenever goes up in value. That is Timothy Castagna from Leicester City. Timothy Castagna, there you go. 400 coins for him. Very easy one to get on your side. And we're going to get a perfect link to him by using Dennis Praet right here. I think you say it was Praet anyway, but there he is. 300 coins for him on bid. So uncompetitive because for some reason no one wants him. So there's Dennis Praet. We're going to move over now to the Bundesliga for our next few players. So let's just get that going. And we're going to start with our CDM, whose name I can't remember. He's from Tunisia. There is it. Shkiri, I think is how you say that. I'm really sorry if I've done that wrong. Elez Shkiri, I've really butchered that. 300 coins for him. Again, uncompetitive because his nation doesn't link very well. Moving over to Cam now, we're going to have Uth from the same club. It's Mark Uth, 300 coins, again uncompetitive due to his rating this time to get him up there for another second if you need him. And he perfect links to our left back, which is going to be Hector Jonas. Hector there, 400 coins for him. On a bid, you can probably buy him now for about 450. So yeah, he's quite a nice one to get in as well. So we're going to move leagues again now, and we are going to go and use some French players up because you might see, we've already used a French player. We've got 2 more that we can use. We are going to have Laborde up front, and we're going to have Edgar next to him as well. Laborde is a running joke on this channel, you guys will know. But we're not going to say it today because this is a serious video. Gaetan Laborde, in he goes, 600 coins next to him. Ludovic Ajork for 350 coins. I'm really sorry about butchering the names. And our last player is going to be from a very, very good side. He plays for Nantes. Just getting him up here because I can't remember his name. It's Pedro Chirivella. I remember I used him last year. I think he played in like some Turkish league or something. But Pedro Chirivella, Burgos there. 300 coins, very easy to get. So we're going to submit that right now. Get it sent off. And let's hope it goes well. Alex Murray, thank you for subscribing, by the way. That's come through at a brilliant time right there. Puzzle Master's what we're focusing on here, obviously. 4K. 1, 2, 3. I can count it on my fingers. I've never been able to do that before with the thousands of coins for Puzzle Master. Never been able to do that. And it gives you a 50k pack, which is lovely, but it is untradeable. Make sure you're aware of that. You won't be able to set any players from this pack. But the requirements are 5 leagues, 6 countries, regions, nations, whatever you want to call them. 2 max players from 1 club, that's fine. And 80 rating, I think that's down from 81, which is actually quite nice. And 20 chem, obviously in the new chem system. Right there. So just while I load the first few players in, guys, I want to talk to you about our sponsors, Aneba. Their link will be in the description if you guys want to get any PSN codes, any FIFA points, any new games, whether it's COD or it's FIFA or whatever. Check them out there, okay? They've got PC, Xbox, the lot, okay? So, enough about them. Let's go with the SBC. We've got Augustin Marquez in there, just 300 coins for him. I'll try and get him up a little bit longer just so you guys can see. If it's going too fast, just pause the video or play it in lower speed, something like that. Because I know some people like to have it going really, really slowly, and then they don't like pausing it and stopping it and that. So that's just my advice if you're one of those people who finds it easiest to do SBCs that way. So next player is going to be Raul Albio Tortillada. 500 coins for him on a buy now. Obviously, Raul Albio has been using SBCs for years. He's literally had the same card for like 4 years. What a helpful player. And I think we'll put in the other players from the same league now. It makes sense. It's probably easier for you guys that way as well. Easier to understand kind of where we're getting our links from here. So we're going to put in Jeremy Pino. Perfect link. Absolutely beautiful. 350 bid on him. If you buy him now, it's about 450, so you might as well save the coins. I want to save coins so I can do all the SBCs as quickly as possible for you lot. Jeremy Jesus Pino Santos is his name. On the left, we are going to be using a man who I've used a lot over the last few years. It's Reuben Garcia. Reuben Garcia Santos is his full name there. He was a 400 coin bid. He's a 450 by now. But yeah, you can use him, or make sure you check in case Juanmi is cheaper, because he is just as good. So if I go into concepts, I'll just get him up for you quickly, just so you know how to spell his name. Huanmi, I think it is. Something like that. Juanmi, yeah, here he is. You can use him as well. Juan Miguel Jimenez Lopez, he's literally just as good. If you guys need any help for the SBCs because players go up or down or whatever, just let me know, and hopefully someone in the comments or myself will be able to help you. And obviously, guys, if you find anything cheaper, let me know in the comments. It'd be lovely if we could all help each other out this year. So this is going to be our next guy to go in. He's going to go in the right centre mid role. It doesn't obviously matter as long as he's in the right position. Daniel Santos Braganca, I think so. Is that Braganca? There's like an accent there. I don't know what it means, but there you go. He's going to go in for 300. He plays for Sporting, and he gets a perfect link to our right winger, who's going to be Pedro Goncalves. We've used him a lot for SBCs over the years. Shout out Luz, long-term subscriber, told me to start using this guy. Pedro Antonio Ferreira Goncalves, in he goes there, 350 coins. Absolutely beautiful. We always end up with Sporting players in this squad, don't we? If you guys have been here for the last few years, you'll know it always happens. Well, Felipe Moutinho, obviously better known as Juan Moutinho. Up next is 350 for him. Really easy one to get. And the beauty of this left wing position here is there's two players with exactly the same chemistry properties you can use here. I've gone for Podence because he was a little bit cheaper today. That's Daniel Castillo Podence for 300 coins on bid. He's only like 400 by now. But if a Pedro Neto becomes cheap, just get Pedro Neto instead, guys. And then we've got one more player that kind of links into this little Portuguese section. He's not Portuguese, but he plays in their league, and that's going to be Evanilson. I think that's how you say that anyway. Evanilson, there he is. He plays for Porto. He's a 78 rated striker. I luckily already had him in my club, but you can just pick him up for 300 coins. There's literally no competition on him whatsoever. If I just compare his price, you can see like 500, 300, 350. He's going to be about 350, 400 coins. Not too bad at all. So his full name, if you need it there, is Evanilson de Lima Bubba. So just put in Evanilson, he'll come up though. And then our last two players, obviously you can see we need 2 more nations and 2 more leagues, and we do need a bit of rating as well. First, it's going to be Daily Blind, guys. As long as you get 180, 181 rated centre back at least here that are from different leagues and nations you haven't used already, you can use anyone. Okay, so if you've got anyone in your club who's maybe, I don't think I've used German league, so maybe you could use like German league, something like that. That would work too. So you've got Daily Blind here for 400. He's going in. Love a bit of Daily Blind. That was a bid. By now it's 450 for Daily Blind. And to finish off the SBC, my 81 is going to be Mancini, but as I said, you can use someone from the from other leagues if you want to. But don't go anywhere, guys, because you are going to get to see the pack as well right here. We are going to open it right now. I'd recommend maybe you guys save it for once to watch, but I'm going to do it now so you guys can see what it's like. Gianluca Mancini finishing off the SBC there for 500. As I said, guys, any help you need, just let me know, and hopefully me or someone else in the comments will be able to help you. But here we go, 50k packs, my first 50k pack of the year. Got to make sure I open the right one. If you guys are watching this on a day it comes out, I'm going to stream later, that's why I'm saving some stuff. I don't know if this is good or not here. Okay, there's like some water coming up and stuff. We've got Pau Torres. That stinks, unfortunately. I don't know why there's water coming out the floor. But we've got Pau Torres, Isco, Calvin Phillips, Musiala. Not really anyone that brilliant. Oh, okay. I think we could actually use a bit for Fafana. That's not bad. Same with Godfrey. Got some players that will go in my squad there. So that's not the end of the world. Alex Moreno looking pretty good as well. And a bit of Musiala. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. As I said, subscribe if you want to see these all year. Any comments down below if you need any help. Let me know if you get anything good, of course. And make sure you check out Aneba. I will see you later. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.